All right, let's take a look at some sports now. Here's Olumide McCoy. Olumide.
Thank you, Gemma. Welcome to Sports News. Two-time African club champions Enyimba International Football Club of Aba have petitioned the Confederation of African Football demanding a compensation of $7,840 from Angers de Noce as expenses incurred in their match against the Togolese team. The club claimed they were psychologically and physically assaulted by fans and supporters of the Togolese club, even as officials of the club neglected them at the airport. The petition further states that the visiting Enyimba International team were provided with inadequate transportation, substandard hotel accommodation, and unhygienic food, which necessitated the team to make alternative arrangements. Chairman of the club, Felix Ayansi Aguru, says that the incidents began from the point of arrival on the 14th of February until the 17th after the second leg game of their CAF Champions League preliminary round in Lomé. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football has chosen Kenya to host the 2018 African Nations Championships. CAF has also released dates for the preliminary phase of the 2015 African Nations Championships in Morocco. The final tournament will be held from January the 17th to February the 7th, 2015 in the cities of Rabat, Agadir, Tangier, and Marrakesh. The continent's football house confirmed 51 countries will be involved in the qualifiers. The top 21, according to the CAF rankings, will start from the group stage. The other 7 teams for the group phase will be known after the preliminary rounds. And that's it on Sports News. It's back to you, Gemma, for the rest of the news at 10.
Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Well, we shift focus from sports to update you on the situation in Egypt, where a lot of political activity went on in that country today, with the interim Prime Minister Hazem Bedlawi announcing his resignation. Here's Cynthia Areh with the details.
It was certainly a surprising development. Mr. Bedlawi attributed his decision to step down based on the current situation which the country is going through. He was appointed in July after the military overthrew President Mohamed Morsi following mass protests. Now, since then, more than 1,000 people have been killed and 1,000 others detained in a crackdown by the security forces on the Muslim Brotherhood. And that's the Islamist movement to which Mr. Morsi belonged before he was ousted. Then, despite the threats made by President Obama as regards the signing of an anti-gay bill into law, Uganda's president has gone ahead to take the moral route and signed into law a bill toughening penalties for gay people. The new law punishes first-time offenders with 14 years in jail and allows life imprisonment as the penalty for acts of aggravated homosexuality. Plus, Russia has stepped up its rhetoric against Ukraine's new Western-leaning leadership as tensions rise over the ousting of President Viktor Yanukovych. Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev said interim authorities in Kiev had conducted an armed mutiny. Based on this, the Russian Foreign Ministry says dissenters in mainly Russian-speaking regions faced suppression. Now, speaking of Russia, a court in the country has sentenced 8 protesters for rioting and attacking police at a demonstration against Vladimir Putin's inauguration for a 3rd presidential term in 2012. 7 of the Bolotnaya activists received prison terms of up to 4 years, while an 8th person, who also happens to be the only woman on trial, received a suspended sentence. And those are the top stories on the foreign scene.
Thanks a lot, Cynthia. Well, it was a weekend of many international collaborations as different Nigerian entertainers released works with their foreign counterparts. Let's join Mayowa Ogundele on Entertainment News.
Here at top stories in entertainment. Nollywood actor Chinedu Ikezie is set to break into the Hollywood movie Crime as he gets featured in an American production titled Take the Spotlight. The movie, which is relatively a low-budget production, chronicles the story of a fledgling movie maker and stars Hollywood actors including Lynn Whitfield and Megan Glover. In another cross-border collaboration, Nollywood ace Nse Ikwe-Etim joins Ghanaian actor Eddie Watson and Rosalind Ntiga in the new flick Purple Rose. The film, which is directed by Pascal and Manfo, brilliantly tells the story of a journalist who, in a bid to find answers to an assignment in West Africa, finds true love amidst adversity.
I also want you to know that I'm not saying. I'm not lying. Walter's mother, Chelsea's mother.
Still on international collaborations, this time in the music world, Nigeria's foremost rapper MI has teamed up with South African rapper Double HP on the track Superhuman. The laid-back themed track pays tribute to some African icons, including South African former President Nelson Mandela and Nigerian Nobel laureate Wale Soyinka.
I'm sad we were as a young guy. People that give me notice of one side. A man of peace but never gun shy. Plus I got a sick flow, I speak fungi. My wealth is my knowledge.
And music imprint SQN appears to have put its discord with pop singer Chudi K behind it, as the record label is now throwing its full weight behind its new artist Craig. SQN releases a new music video for the act titled Farout. The new track rides on a blend of hip-hop and Afrobeat sounds and is directed by Catalyst. Well, let's go over to the foreign scene where the Lego Movie, an animated film that depicts a world based on the colorful toy blocks, collected $31.5 million to lead US and Canadian box office charts for a third consecutive weekend. Come with me if you. The new Kevin Costner spy thriller 3 Days to Kill was a distant second after pulling in $12.3 million for the period from Friday to Sunday, according to studio estimates. The big-budget Roman-era disaster movie Pompeii generated ticket sales of $10 million in its first week in theaters to claim the number 3 spot, while RoboCop, a remake of the 1987 science fiction film about a part-man, part-cyborg crime fighter, was fourth with sales of $9.4 million.
This is the future of American justice.
Well, that's it. Thank you very much for watching.
And the main news again. Nigeria has closed its border with Cameroon, while President Jonathan has again urged Boko Haram members to lay down their arms. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Benyata. You have a good night.